I really hate that it does that. It just goes live. Hold on a minute. Why is this not? There we go. Okay, cool. That's going. Okay. Haven't done one of these in a while. Let's just go ahead and copy link. Yeah, we'll copy you. I'm just gonna throw this. Oh, this is so unprofessional of me. I should just be quiet. But whoever said I was a pro at anything anyway. So um better fit for here. Okay. That's there. Alright, where to begin with recapping the news for this week? Let's start with let's start with the stock market, because why not? So for those of you who might not be aware, we had a bit of a some people are calling it a prank. I don't know if it was a prank or something to spite the well, I'm sure it's mostly to spite the hedge fund managers of Wall Street. We had a bunch of people on Reddit on the it's Wall Street Bets subreddit. I've been working all week, so I've been kind of catching this in spurts from different different media sources, different pundits. So forgive me if I don't get all the points quite right. But yeah, so you had. Let's move this. God damn it! I'm gonna just ruin everything. Yeah, no, that's gonna go there. Screw it. You had a group of people on Wall Street Bets decide to jack up the price of GameStop's stock. And GameStop was being short sold, meaning that hedge fund managers and stock exchangers were betting against GameStop's stock. That's going to be a tongue twister for the rest of the night, I swear. They were betting against that stock to rise. What these guys on Reddit did is they caused a short squeeze by jacking the price of the stock up and forcing these hedge fund managers to owe billions of dollars. I think I think the number yesterday was 70 billion in losses from Wall Street, which is insane. And there's a number of reasons why. Most of what I've seen is you've got working class types being stuck at home. What are they going to do? They can't work because the government shut them down. So some people have decided, hey, we're going to try our luck at gaming the stock market or trying to make some money on the stock market. And a lot of people got together and decided, hey, you know what? I just got the $600 from the government. Well, I've got nothing better to do. Let's just drop it on GameStop, and the price just went up and up and up and up and up and up. Now, I'm sure someone at GameStop was just like, holy shit, what? Why? And I think it's funny that Reddit picked GameStop. Of all the companies to jack up, they picked GameStop. I mean, AMC... I haven't been to an AMC movie theater in probably a decade. But as far as I can tell, AMC is much more, what would you call it? Here, you know what? I'm going to change the title of this while I'm thinking about it. AMC is much more, I guess you'd call it consumer friendly. I don't know of anyone who doesn't like the way AMC runs their business, aside from maybe the ticket prices. But no one likes the ticket prices of AMC. Well, no one likes the ticket prices of any theater. You're like, I don't want to pay $20 for a piece of paper and a bucket of popcorn just to go watch a movie. No one wants to pay that much. It's ridiculous. But GameStop, I've always heard nothing but terrible things about the way they run their company. Like their return policies are anti-customer. You want to come in and do a trade. You want to trade in some of your old stuff. Well, you know what? We see there, hey, you got this Xbox in good condition and a library of 60 games. Well, we'll give you $50 in-store credit for the whole lot, and then turn around and sell those games at like a 20 to 30% markup, sometimes even 50%, depending on how old the game is. At first, I didn't quite understand why people were getting upset about the price of used games. Because when I was younger, I was like, oh well, it's kind of like a car. The newer it is, the more it's obviously worth. But then I thought about, how much work went into that game. Maybe it should depend on the condition of the disc. All right, that's fine. If the disc is in bad shape, you obviously don't want to sell it at retail price. But GameStop would turn around and take some older games, like I think, Modern Warfare 2, they were selling for like $50, and this was back in 2013, 2014, somewhere around there. Like you could go into a GameStop, look at the shelf, and see these old games being sold for close to full retail value, and it's like, hey, what's going on? Because you don't see a lot of people complaining about the value of a used car, but you have ways to appreciate the value of a used car, whereas a used game, you kind of don't. Aside from, at least with consoles, the state of the disc. I mean, now I'm on PC, I don't have to worry about discs. I just hope my hard drive doesn't burn itself out. But anyway, going back to the whole stock thing, because I'm getting away from myself. So you have these buyers on Reddit jacking up the price of GameStop stock, and they start moving into different stocks of other companies, BlackBerry, AMC, companies that haven't been doing the best. And I think it was within the same day, or at least within 24 hours of this spike kicking in, all of these different trading companies, Robinhood, I think TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, I don't know about Scottrade, but these three different companies and a bunch of other different outlets that had apps that let you buy and trade stocks said you can no longer buy these, you can only sell them, which is weird. Like, why would you do that? I mean, it's one thing to limit how much stock can be purchased. I mean, if there's a finite amount of stock, then it makes sense of, okay, hey, slow down, guys. Like, there's only so much to go around, so we want you to, we can only sell stock in, I don't know, sets of 100 or sets of 10. I don't know how much stock is available, how much total stock is available from GameStop. It could be a finite amount, it could be an infinite amount. I don't know anything about stocks. I'm a complete layman. Train of thought gone. These companies said, nope, you cannot buy these stocks. You can buy any other stock you want, just not these ones. That's a giant red flag. Like just putting a block on access to certain companies' stocks. I mean, if that's the best way even an entry level trader has, why would you take that away from them? Why would you do that? Um, and I think as of this morning, it's still unconfirmed, but I have seen screenshots on Twitter of people saying like Robinhood. Robinhood's the big focus of this whole hullabaloo because they started doing stuff that. Oh, did my stream just go down? No, I guess it's back up. Cool. Um, they've been doing stuff that's really setting things off more than other companies. Some companies have been like, okay, yeah, caveat emptor, we're going to let you trade these stocks again. Just beware that the bubble's going to burst. Because I think, what was it? I think GameStop started at about, I don't know, $8 a share, $10 a share. Now it's up to what, almost $400 a share? I think. I'm probably wrong. I don't have that number in front of me. I'm just going off of what I've heard. So I shouldn't be... don't consider me a credible source. I'm just ranting. Most, if not all, stocks that trade companies are limiting the ones hedge funds are short selling. BlackBerry's another one they want to keep under $30 so hedge funds don't lose profit. Yeah, but that's I mean, I don't know the legalese of it, but I would call that stock manipulation. Putting a hard cap on where the value of a stock can go just to keep these big companies in check. Because the sentiment I'm hearing or reading about is you have a lot of people stuck at home. They can't go to work. And they're looking at these Wall Street executives, with the 3 yachts, 6 houses, and, 2 Corvettes in the garage, 1 Camaro at the summer house, and I got a Bugatti in the pool. And they're looking at these guys and going, why do you get to make money while we, the little guy, have to stay home and do fuck all? Why are you still successful when we can't do anything? This is not a family-friendly show. Just be warned. Of course, I don't even know any families that watch this show anyway. This isn't even a show. Oh, I had a really short day today. Oh, men's room red. So, but yeah, like Oko brought up there in chat, and yes, Nightwing, I know that's you. You have a different handle on Discord. I get it. Robinhood has put a block on some of these stocks, and in some cases, when the stock when the stock reached a certain value, but I've seen screenshots going around of Robinhood saying, "Hey, we've closed your account and we've sold off your GameStop stock," which is, I mean, I shouldn't say it is, but it certainly should be illegal. I mean, Elon Musk brought this up on Twitter because I guess it must be true if he's tweeting about it. Why would Elon Musk lie to me? His point was, okay, so you have Robinhood that's allegedly selling people's stocks without their permission in order to keep these hedge funds afloat. So you can't sell a house that isn't yours. You can't sell a car that isn't yours, but a company can sell stocks that don't belong to them. Because once you bought that stock, I mean, in theory, I would imagine it's yours. You are supposed to dictate to the company when you want to sell it. They don't get to make that choice. So I think it was Do Not Sell was trending yesterday, or Hold the Line the day before, something like that. But you have all these people now who are they're just holding on to this GameStop stock, and they're not going to sell it, no matter where the value gets to. I mean, yesterday my folks were watching Fox News, and they're like, "Well, isn't this terrible? People are going to lose their money." I'm like, you don't get it. They're not just getting on this GameStop bandwagon just to make themselves money. A lot of people bought up these stocks to screw the hedge fund managers, and some of them have spent a ton of money and intend to lose it just to make these companies pay out in droves. Now, what sucks is we all know the government's going to bail them out. Why? I don't know. They're going to go crying to Uncle Biden, to Uncle Joe, and be like, we need money because these guys over here are basically using the stock market to cyberbully us. Yeah, well, maybe instead of trading stocks, you can, I don't know, learn to code. Just saying. I mean, that's the standard they have for the working class, right? Is, oh, well, you can get new jobs. It's like, Christ, it's not the answer you want to be giving people. Is, oh, go get a different job. Like, that doesn't help. All the free trading apps sell user data and their trade history to hedge funds, so they have a better idea how to manipulate the market. Robinhood is a subsidiary of a hedge fund. That doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Doesn't surprise me in the slightest at all, because how else would these supposedly, oh, it's free trading app. How would they make their money? How else would they make their money if not selling user data? That's, God, I forget if I ranted about this on my last stream, but the more I look at where things are going with big tech, with stuff like Wall Street, and like with cryptocurrency now, like today, these apps started restricting what kinds of crypto you could buy. It's like, why? Why would you do that? Just to keep people from being able to better themselves? Like, that's pretty fucking authoritarian if you ask me. But the more I look at where shit's going with big tech, with the stock market, all this stuff, I think we're gonna hit Cyberpunk 2030 pretty fucking quick. I mean, like, we don't have cyberware yet, we have prosthetics, but, the minute we get Neuralink, it's like, there we go. The future is now. And if the first person to get Neuralink doesn't say to Elon Musk, hey pal, I'm chipping in, we're legally allowed to sue him. Or her, them, it. I don't know. I don't judge. Oh, I know I said 2021 was going to be a riot. We're off to a great start. Let me get every last drop of this. I'm probably going to need a second one in a minute. Oh, man. I mean, I think the whole jacking up the price of GameStop is funny. Because, as I said before, the WSB board or thread, whatever you want to call it, they picked a company that nobody likes. So it's clearly not. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message. Oh man. Oh, dead air, everybody's favorite. Yeah, I wasn't really sure what I was going to talk about tonight. I just know I was like, okay, it's Friday. I'm off work early. I can have dinner, get all... Oh, jeez. Get all comfy. Oh, God, I got the hiccups. Why? I've been cursed. Get all comfy and just, I don't know, do kind of a weekly recap of the news. Or some of the major topics in news. I mean, so far, all it's been this week is Robinhood and the stock exchange and all that. I think that someone, maybe not the hedge fund managers themselves, because they're the target of this ire of the working class. Yeah, and now that lower class buyers, for lack of a better term, know how to just jack the price up in order to set the alarm bells off with these hedge markets or hedge funds, they're going to do it again. And there's not going to be any way for these companies to really stop them. Like, what, you can't legislate. I mean, I guess you can, but I don't know how you would enforce legislating allowing a customer to only buy a certain number of stocks. Like, oh, you bought too many stocks, off to jail with you. You're being too successful. Buy. It's like, no. You can't do that, man. Although, I don't know. Biden's signing, I think up to 40 executive orders in the first week now? 40. Why do you need that many? Trump signed 5? Or was it 3? Or was it Obama was 3 and Trump was 5? I'm probably getting those screwed up. I probably even had those numbers wrong. But 40? This is not what I voted for. I mean, I didn't even vote for Biden in the first place. But this is not what I voted for. I just... Can't wait for my taxes to go up. Yeah, that was that started with a C? Citadel? Or was like Citra, something with a C. But yeah, they'd been like, yeah, we're just going to stop short selling and just let you buy and trade as normal. Because, I mean, I don't think that... I'm kind of with Ben Shapiro on this. I don't think that short selling is necessarily immoral, but it is kind of predatory because you're more or less betting on a company to go out of business. And you would think that the stock market would want more businesses, more stocks, so they can have more things to trade with, more things to more or less gamble with, but they would have multiple sources of income, for lack of a better term. But if they're betting on a company to go under, then it's not immoral, but it doesn't... It strikes me as a little bit unethical. Not illegal, just like, is that really the way you want to do things? Is that really the way you want to go? I don't think it is. Clean up my glasses. Okay. But, yeah. Yeah, the mask is off. The exploit has been found. And it's going to be really hard for them to just patch this. Like, this is a bigger bug than Cyberpunk 2077 has ever given us. Yeah, well, the ties that Wall Street has is where the immorality really comes in to just tell the public, hey, yeah, sell this now, sell it now. But if people can look at Wall Street bets and be like, oh, okay, this strategy, this short squeezing strategy works, and maybe by force some of these companies will put a cap on the stock a limit on how much stock can be purchased. But I think Robinhood was the first to do it, and they were the first to like really go after not just GameStop. I think they went after like a dozen different company stocks. Like some people, what was it? Tim Pool was saying, I know, love or hate Tim Pool. He was saying he tried to buy a stock in another company, and Robinhood wouldn't let him. Like, it wasn't GameStop, it wasn't AMC, it wasn't BlackBerry. Nokia, it was Nokia. He wanted to buy a stock in Nokia, which is completely unrelated to the rest of this short squeeze. And Robinhood was like, no, you can't. You just straight up can't. Why? He liked the company. Like, some people who aren't a part of this short squeeze, short sell debacle are getting screwed by this. Some people who just want to Maybe, I don't know, so if you have enough to buy Amazon stock and you want to support Amazon, that's a terrible example because I'm sure Amazon stock is not being capped at all. But someone who was like, oh yeah, I'll buy stock in Amazon, and then they said no. It's like, what? Why? Oh, what's his name? He was on Hannity tonight. He was the dude that inspired the Wolf of Wall Street. I think his name was David Bradford? David, BR, yeah, Bradfort. I think that's his name. Oh, okay, Nokia is being short sold. I mean, that makes sense because I don't know when the last time Nokia released a phone, but they definitely weren't one of the targets of this short squeezing crowd. Um, yeah, Hannity had Bradford on. I think I'm getting his name wrong, but I know his last name starts with a B. And he said the mistake that Robinhood made was to just cut off the sales of these stocks outright. Like, it'd be one thing if they had said, hey, we advise buying against this because there's an irregularity in... I'm sorry, hey, I misspoke. I'm going to paraphrase what he said, but I think he said something along the lines of, if Robinhood had said, we recommend against buying this stock because there's an irregular spike in its price, and someone's going to be left holding an empty bag, that and driven the price down that way, that would have been more organic. But the fact that they just cut it off like that, something's not right. Someone somewhere was panicking and hit the big red button. And that, I think, is what puts that's what puts Robinhood on the hook for potentially. I'm not a lawyer. I think that can put them on the hook for stock manipulation or market manipulation in that case. I don't. I'm probably wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things. What's up, Jables? Long time no chat. Thanks, work. I'm not going to be streaming for too long, but sure. I'm not in a voice channel right now, but I can make that happen. Whoops, there we go. Alright, and people are playing The Division, and I'll be playing that later. I'll probably be playing that in about a half hour over on Twitch. Anyway, what else? What else is the news? Oh yeah, Ocasio-Cortez trying to accuse Ted Cruz of attempted murder. God, I have got to stop getting into Twitter spats with people over what did or didn't happen on the 6th. So, in a perfect world, people would go to jail for, there's something very clearly fraudulent is happening there. But we don't know where the smoking gun is. And if we can find the smoking gun, at Robinhood, we can look for the same smoking gun at these other firms that pulled the same stuff. The company that decided, okay, they're going to stop short selling and just buy and sell like normal, maybe not jail somebody, maybe hit them with a fine, because it's clear they're trying to make up for something that they did wrong. I'm willing to let that... I'll give them some leeway for trying to make wrongs right. But yeah, Robinhood, someone's got to go to jail. Maybe not the CEO. I don't know how much of a hand he had in it. So I can't even make an educated guess. I know he lied to Chris Cuomo. Was it Chris Cuomo? He lied to some anchor. Or, not lied, but What was the question? It was he was asked if they put a cap on the GameStop stocks to prevent financial loss, and he said no. So that means it's one of two things. It's either manipulation or, well, it would have to be manipulation or some sort of class warfare. I don't know what you'd call it. Like trying to suppress buyers, which that in and of itself, I don't know if that's illegal, but I'm sure that's going to be another ding against them, shall we say. Let's see if we can get Jables in here for a bit. Oh, okay. Okay, he's doing another show. Yeah, I'm only going to be on for about another 20 minutes, half hour or so. I want to keep these things to be about an hour of just me, no script, just going nuts. It's kind of fun. I probably should start having links in front of me so I say things that are credible, but I don't care. I'm not a professional. No one's going to pay me for this show. I can probably have a Streamlabs link or something and no one would donate. Not that I need the money. I have a job. 2 jobs, kind of. Anyway. I know in the midst of all this, crazy part is they're willing to risk jail to cover the bigger loss if GameStop got to 500 a stock. Goddamn. I mean, is jail time really worth it to bring the stock of a failing company back down? I mean, it sounds kind of like the inverse of Enron. Well, no, Enron was something else. I vaguely remember Enron. All I remember is something. No, Enron was a Ponzi scheme. You had Madoff's Ponzi scheme. That had nothing to do with stocks. I don't think. Fuck, I don't know. I'm a complete layman about this stuff. That's half the fun of this little stream. And I think I'm just going to start calling these Bulletpoint. I was trying to think of a kind of a catchy title for these off-the-cuff rants. They might need some more format, but I don't know, Bulletpoint. It's kind of fits my avatar, and they're pretty short, all things considered. No, I'm not going to put timestamps in because I just talk in circles. Just what you came to watch. Dogecoin. That's what I wanted to bring up. I've owed over $100 billion across 500 different companies. Well, how about we jack that price up and see if they'll cover the national debt? Wouldn't that be fun? Don't take advice from me. Where was I? Oh, Dogecoin, yeah. Speaking of trading and stocks and finances and all that, Dogecoin is up 800%. And I think as of last night, it was 7 cents per coin. And I think it's fucking hilarious that people are legitimately investing in memes. Maybe I should fucking just call this the meme investment stream. Although I'm not going to give advice. I can't give advice. But I've thought about buying Dogecoin. Or at least maybe like buying minute segments of Bitcoin. I don't know, like some small amount per week, $2. Something where I know that I won't spend a ton of money. I'll never have a whole Bitcoin, but my ROI will go up. I do fucking watch. I'm gonna get sued, and I have nothing. You gave me bad advice. I'm not a professional. I'm just a dude who's observing world events and commenting on them. That's it. Man, yeah, what did Dogecoin start out as? Like a fraction of a penny per coin because it was a joke. And now it's actually worth something. Yeah, that'd be fucking funny if it took off to like $1 per coin in the next couple of weeks. Man, I should really get on this. So we had the big topic. We had Dogecoin as an aside. I got into it with some of my more left-leaning friends about the whole. So Ocasio-Cortez on Twitter was saying that it was terrible that these companies are shortchanging potential buyers in the stock market and they shouldn't be allowed to short sell and all this stuff. Ted Cruz agreed with her. And then she turned around and essentially accused him of attempted murder on January 6th, the day of the riots. And what do these Democrats want? What do they want? I don't know. Because you got Biden calling for unity. You got a lot of moderate Republicans and even more traditional Republicans saying, look, the 6th was bad. We all know it was bad. Let's just try to come together and figure this out. Then you got AOC going, no, I wanna. Because that guy over there did something I don't like. What did Cruz even do? Like, she's accusing him of being complicit in rhetoric and accessory to murder. It's like, what the? You have to work with this guy. What the? You partisan shill. So, buy 20 of Dogecoin. Yeah, if I can figure out how to get it in the first place, I might do that. Yeah, it's so. The logic of the left is so inconsistent. I've noticed this in college, where it was just there's so many hoops they jump through to try and justify their own inadequacies. It's like, I don't understand why you're calling for unity, and then when, like with Cruz and AOC, Cruz gives AOC an olive branch and she effectively slaps it out of his hand and stomps away like a 4-year-old who didn't get ice cream after dinner. It's like, Jesus Christ. How are you supposed to unify if that's how you're going to work with fellow representatives, fellow senators? Just, it's also tiring. It's like part of what's tiring is I followed this stuff every day, and then I'll come home from work, and of course it's on Fox News. I've already heard it in the morning, and it's on Fox News. I'm just like, I don't need to hear this again. I'm going to go listen to someone else. AOC's turned her back on everyone. She has virtually no constituency that or at least no one that really likes her. Like, what was it? It was like 20% or less of her district actually said she was doing a good job, I think. As that was done back in like 2018, 2019. I think that was a survey. I don't have a link. But she's got a very low approval rating in her own district. And yet she's been voted in again. Great. How the fuck did this? Or no, did she? Yeah, whatever. And she's still here. Nobody likes her. What is he barking at? I'll deal with the dog later. But I got into it with some buddies of mine. Well, one of them I didn't know. The other one I've known since high school. He lives in Seattle. He's a big lefty. But he and we may fundamentally disagree on things. Yeah, as long as she's got the D, she could beat a glass of water. But maybe not in an intelligence contest, or intelligence, maybe not in an IQ test. I bet I could beat her. I had a thought and I lost it. Oh, yeah, talked to my friends on Twitter. Or he was going on and on about how Cruz is complicit in all this rhetoric and stuff, and I'm just like, dude, that's not true. He's like, oh yeah, justify it. Like, justify what he did, justify him parroting, falsehoods about election fraud, yada, 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 yada. And I just wanted to sit him down and be like, dude, if you just listen to Cruz for 5 minutes, you will understand that's not what he's about at all. Like, I wanted to link him. There's this, I don't know if anyone else watches it. There's a Verdict with Ted Cruz. It's Ted Cruz and Michael Knowles. They sit down and they talk about either the week of news or most recent episode. The season premiere was kind of an hour-long recap of the news from Christmas up till this week. Like, it was like the day before all the game stonks thing happened. And you just, he's moderate. Like, he didn't like Trump's rhetoric. He didn't like the idea of overturning the election results to maintain integrity, which I can respect. But what he wanted, through his objections, was an impartial committee to come in, check out these allegations, and see if it would be sufficient enough to change the results. Of course, that didn't happen because Trump's OnlyFans subs had to go and storm the Capitol. So, I say that because these people they're so over the moon about him. It's like, come on. He's not God. He doesn't want to be God. He's just a man who was an outsider, not a politician by nature, and he got shit done. And now we're going to be back to 4 years of Obama, basically. I'm going to need more beer. Not right away, though. So, but yeah, he and I got into it about, like, Ted Cruz incited violence. I'm like, okay, how? Well, by buying into the rhetoric. It's like, okay, that's not incitement. Some dude from Canada who really shouldn't be even commenting on American politics. Like, I don't care what Justin Trudeau does. I don't think anyone in the U.S. really cares about Justin Trudeau. I don't think anyone in the U.S. can even name a Canadian politician besides Justin Trudeau. Like, that's all they know is Justin Trudeau. I don't know anyone else in the entirety of Canadian Parliament except Justin Trudeau. So why is this fucking Canadian dude so invested in Ted Cruz? And I think I told him, like, well, look, let's be fair about this. If you don't explicitly tell someone to go do something, that's not incitement. And he went, wait, are you seriously, like, are you saying that you can't, like, implying something is not incitement? And I went, legally? Yes, that's U.S. law. Charles Manson's kind of a gray area, probably because there were drugs involved. But for the most part, as we know it now, hypothetically, if you and a bunch of friends go to the park and have fun, and two guys in the party just break into someone's house, you as the person in charge of the party are not responsible. It's the guys who broke into the house that are responsible. And I'm getting absolutely fed up with all of this. Oh, like, Republicans are complicit or blah, 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 blah. It's like, no. Most Republicans didn't want to overturn the results of the election. Most Supreme Court justices did not want the responsibility of potentially having to overturn the will of the people. Or it's like, you give someone that kind of a choice, like, hey, if you do this thing, people are going to be upset at you for the rest of your life. It's like, no one's going to make that choice unless they got nothing else to lose. And I'm sure a lot of judges have plenty to lose. So I can understand why, when put in that position, they would say, nah, I'm not doing this, man. No way. No way am I overturning 8 million votes here, or 7 million there, or 3 million here. That's a lot of votes. 10,000 people, all right, maybe. When we're getting into the millions, it's like, whoa. What sort of numbers do you want to tangle with? Just saying. Oh. Ay. This This is going to be a tricky tricky year to get through. Just a year. Like, fucking, I'm following. Well, I guess I'm not by not by explicit choice am I following Joe Biden's presidential account, but I was following it when Trump was president. Now I'm following it when Biden's president, and like they posted a video today celebrating 1 week in the presidency. Why? Why? We've been here for a week. It's so great. Who cares? Do your job. And by do your job, I mean give Congress something to do instead of signing executive orders just to spite your the previous president. It's like, come on. Back during the debates, if I had submitted one question to each of the Democratic candidates, it would have been this. Do you want to be president or do you just want to beat Donald Trump? Pick one. And it seems to me, based on how many executive orders Biden has signed within his first week in office, he doesn't want to be president. He just wants to beat Trump. That's not something a president does. It's something a president can do, but something like a proper president, like in my opinion, would look at what the previous administration did, take a look at the good, take a look at the bad, see, okay, which of these executive orders could I use that would benefit me? No, instead he's like, oh, well, that's got Trump's signature on it. Get rid of that. 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 Stop this. Stop that. Delete jobs within the first fucking... Oh, the XL pipeline. Oh, my God. That... I hate to laugh at someone else's misfortune, but that had me laughing. Like, Biden's running on this... he's running on the promise of we're going to create, thousands of new jobs. And then he acts as a pipeline and puts 50,000 people out of work. It's like, why? Like, oh, we gotta create. I've heard this from some leftists. You have to take jobs away to make new jobs. It's like, no, you make the new jobs, and let people from the old jobs transition if they can, if they want to. I was watching something of. It was Ted Cruz and Pete Buttigieg, who's Secretary of, was it Transportation? Why he's weighing in on a pipeline, I have no idea. That's not transportation. That's not roads. It's a fucking pipeline. That's infrastructure, not transportation. I don't know. I don't know what the Secretary of Transportation even does. But Cruz asked him about, these union workers losing their jobs at the pipeline site, and Buttigieg's answer was basically, well, they can get new jobs. It's like, that's the wrong, like I said, that doesn't help anybody. I keep going back to that point. That doesn't help anybody. You don't, if someone comes to you for help, you don't say, oh, go somewhere else. You can go somewhere else. It'll be fine. Just go somewhere else. Like, no, you need to give these working class people answers, not, well, we might have a job for you someday if the legislation goes through, but for now we're going to take your job away. Unions that endorsed Biden are looking at this action and going, what the fuck? Why? We endorsed you. Why are you doing this? Why are you taking away our jobs? It's like, well, that's what Democratic presidents do. Obama did it. Obama pumped a ton of money into these little startup companies manufacturing solar panels, manufacturing, wind turbines, all this renewable energy sources. The minute those government subsidies dried up, those solar companies and wind companies just sank because they couldn't make any money. The amount of labor involved in solar and wind compared to the return on investment is way too high. Solar and wind, at least at this stage in time, don't pay for themselves. And a lot of solar panels are manufactured in China. So we've already shipped solar overseas. We've dropped energy independence. Thanks, Biden. We gave China access to our power grid. Why? You're asking for so many things to go wrong just with the power grid bit. If we get into a hot war with China, they could just cut off the US's power and that's it. We're done. Now, access to the power grid, I don't know what that means explicitly, but from what I've read, like, they could get in there and mess with shit. I don't know. All right. I think I'll go for about another 5 minutes. Anybody in chat got any questions? Anything they want me to weigh in on? Maybe I'm just a clueless dude on the internet. I don't know. I'll sit here and take your questions. It's a new segment for this quote unquote show. I will say that I think between the voter irregularity or the election irregularity, that is another tongue twister I'm going to have to deal with. Election irregularities of 2020 and not having answers to those proper answers, and what Biden's going to do. We're going to have a lot more independent voters, I think. Perfect Penguin, what's my favorite color? Blue. I'm pretty partial to shades of blue. A nice navy blue I think looks best. But unfortunately my car is teal and I can't do much about that. So, my grandparents didn't get it in blue. I don't even think a 94 Civic comes in blue. At least not like the nice, the nice bright chrome blue you'd get. Honestly, though, if I were to get, I'm looking at trying to get, a 2019 or 2018 Accord Sport. That'd be nice. When I can afford it. Which should probably be in the next 5 years, I don't know. I'd probably get, the gunmetal gray on the Accord. Yeah, it stands out. I mean, it's not eye-meltingly bright. It's not like a, an attention-grabbing cherry red. It's a little teal two-door coupe that hates gas and is really cheap to fill up every week. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to give it another 2 minutes. Anyone at all? Bueller, you can ask me what I like to read, what I like to do when I'm not modeling. Why did I choose my name? Well, when I was coming out of high school, through high school, I was a really, really big Halo fan. And I played a lot of ODST. I've been playing a lot more of it recently now that I've been working my way through the Master Chief Collection. But I liked the character of Buck in ODST. The name, the rank and name just kind of rolls off the tongue really well. And I've adapted it. Bungie, please don't sue me. It's not the same character. I've kind of thought of a background for this guy. But this little 3D avatar I've made. But yeah, it's basically I'm a big Halo fan. So you'd think I'd have more Halo content on this channel, but that's all over on Twitch. So I think I have that linked. I should have that linked down below. Let me see. Yep, I have that linked. So and did I... Yeah, so this the 3D figure on the screen is I use a program called DAZ Studio, which relies a lot more with pre-made assets, but you can import things from Blender. I haven't learned Blender myself. I've been meaning to, but I really haven't had too much time. There's days where I want to sit down and just put a full day into Blender to learn the basics, and something comes up. Usually something relating to my family business or the commission work I do with DAZ. But yeah, this is made of assets you can get on the DAZ store, which I know sounds like cheating, but well, I mean, it's that, or I have virtually no creative outlet at all. So the Humvee you can buy, the set you can buy, the outfit, and it's all legal because DAZ is very explicit about the legalese of their products. So, like, what I can do is I can take commissions, if, like, I've been kind of dabbling in that, but I'm not really ready to dive into it until I get lighting down. But I can take commissions, per se, and I can use assets that I buy on the DAZ store to make renders. But what I cannot do is resell those. I can sell the renders, the final image that the engine spits out, but I cannot sell the assets I use to make those. I cannot resell the assets I use to make those figures or set the scene, as it were. So, like, if I wanted to, if someone wanted their character in this same armor, I could do that and sell it, because what I'm selling is the image and not the assets. But if someone said, "Hey, you've got this soldier armor, I'd like to buy it off you," I could lose my account for that. So they're very clear on how that works. So that's why I've been using this avatar since when did I start my channel? Back in like 2017, 2018, and that was when I was still in college. I did kind of this little animation, not like kind of a stop motion animated thing, but it never looked right. So I've just gone back to doing this. I probably need to do a couple different renders of this guy in different poses, with different weapons, maybe laying on a couch with a beer, which is what I'd rather be doing right now, but hey, whatever. All right, I'm going to go ahead and call it there. So, yeah, thanks everyone who stopped by. I'm going to see if I can do another one of these little ranty streams next week, probably maybe about the same time, about 7 p.m. Pacific, depending on how things play out. I don't really have a set schedule for these. I just do them when I feel like them. So, when am I next streaming? Like I said, I'm going to try for next Friday. But we'll see. We'll see if work ends early for me. For now, I'm going to take a quick break. And I'm going to jump over to Twitch, which you can find in the description. And I'm going to be playing some of Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Probably with some friends. And yeah, we're gonna have a grand old time. Mostly me trying not to die. So, anyway, have a good night, and hopefully I'll see you there.